Welcome to part 6 of this S2000 build. If you've been following the episode, you can see how much work we put into it. A lot more work than I originally expected. I mean, this is a car that I would own myself. I'm not really into the used car business. I don't like to sell cars, but if I do sell cars, I want to make sure it's right. Hence why we did a brand new OEM clutch, brand new radiator, brand new paint. That paint wasn't going to be salvageable. It would have been okay, but it would have looked like an old car. The S2000s are just one of the best cars there is. I'm not just saying that because I work on them. I own one, and it really is a fantastic car. It's way, way better than most people realize until you start building these things. It looks like brand new. We did a shifter rebuild. We did a brand new Honda OEM soft top. This is something that costs quite a bit of money. Wheels and tires are gotta be the nicest condition wheels and tires I've ever seen. These plastics are brand new, and again, it's something that you should have. Was refinish this cowl right here. What a difference that makes when you get a nice white paint job and this is new. It just makes the car. If you look around, you'll notice that 08s didn't come with the black there. If you want it black, it's pretty easy. The factory Honda pieces, color match. There is the part number. I'm gonna go ahead and clean and treat everything with this Lexol. One, for it does a good job. Two, it smells nice, which is a nostalgic smell for me because I bought an S2000 for my wife for Christmas one year. I saved and pooled every penny I could get to make that happen so I could get her an S2000 for Christmas. And it wasn't the best, but I made it as nice as I could. You know, these are actually nice, but hers, they were like sun-baked, and I used it to get the seats to become supple again, and it definitely made a difference. So it's going to leave a nice look. But this thing just keeps getting better and better. Look at this. The wiper arms refinished in gloss black. They look perfect. So we're gonna have to put wiper blades on it. This is one of those things that happen in Florida anyway. The sun kills them and they stick to the windshield, and then when you do move them, it rips the little blade off there. The paint was done by Superior Auto Body, which is the shop I've used for about 20 years now. They painted the red Integra, and recently my red S2000, they did the front and the back to match it to the factory paint when I put the CR parts on there. There's obviously cheaper options, but it really is worth spending the money and getting good quality paint. Even that, it's good to do a paint correction. That way they basically do a micro polish and bring the paint to the next level. So that's what we're doing with this one. The H's, the factory H's, I just put some new 3M tape back on there and polished them up with some chrome cleaner. Amazing how much difference it makes just having the H on there. It doesn't look as naked. So the little side emblems here, we sell the fixture in the store, which we thought was a good idea, and it turned out a lot of people do as well. So this is our new version. It is orange, it's contoured, and the idea is this light is essentially the piece that holds it to get it where it needs to be. So this is how I'm going to show you. I'm going to back up and put this on a tripod. The S and the 2000 are the same, left and right are the same. The fixtures that you're getting from us, there is a left and a right. The way to notice the right side is the LHT will read correct. A little bit of masking tape, eyeball it on the top, masking tape on the bottom. Do a visual. We do include the instructions on the pictures. Make sure this distance here and this, it does look parallel because there is a little bit of movement on here. Not much, it's pretty tight. You can see which way the S goes by the fixture. The slightly longer leaded edge is the top of the S. Always good idea to kind of do a quick eyeball, just make sure. Put it the other way, it's pretty obvious. Once you look at this thing, you can see which way it goes. Take the back end off here. Line it up with our fixture. Put it in. There's the S. Same with the 2000, take it off. You can see obviously which way it goes. Make sure it reads the right way around. Take the back and strip off here. Place it in that little slot. Couldn't be easier. Take your tape off. Take your fixture off. There you go. Perfectly lined up S2000 logos. Look how nice that looks. That looks fantastic. Are the same part number. Right there, you see that? Put them in from the top. Lock them into place. Obviously this sprays to the windshield. I know it sounds silly, but just make sure, because once you go in there, this is going to be tough. Clip it in there, and then you're going to put the hose on from the opposite side. And I didn't take a picture, so I'm going to kind of use this as just so you can verify it, which one goes where. The one on the driver's side has the biggest angle in it. This is almost straight right here, and it looks like the longer wiper goes to the passenger side. All right, so the wiper arms are on. The wipers I got here are those super ugly ones. They're really big. They have this big clunky thing there. They fit, but I don't like them, so I'm not going to put them on. I just ordered some new. This is the wipers that I need right here. Let me show you these. Carefully place them on our brand new roof. See this? It has the much smaller piece right there. Much nicer. See, we do care. Even though they're just cleaning the window, they have to look a certain way. If they look like crap, we don't want them. So if you run into this with your Honda and you get those goofy arms, this is the style that you want. I'll show you on the packet here in a minute. But they sit under here. You're going to poke this through here, bend it like this, pull it up, and it clicks in nice. Do a quick test. Let's just give them a quick flash. Yep. The only issue we have with this car is the air conditioning is not very cold. I just pulled the gauges on it, checked it. High side is only showing 150. Low side is at like 30. So the compressor shows to have an issue. We're gonna pull it apart, vacuum it down, check everything, clean it, put the brand spanking new compressor, which, wait till you see this, might be the most expensive compressor ever. In fact, this is the most expensive compressor I have ever bought. That's the part number. And used compressors are $400 to $500, which, I mean, the theme of this car is we're doing everything right. So there it is. I just need to take a selfie with that thing. If you buy this compressor, it does not come with the magnet and the clutch mechanism, so you're gonna have to take it off yours right here, held on with clips, and Honda does include a new set of C-clips right here, C-clips, and a nut and a shim right there. You might remember on our friend's car, we took that shim off to get his clutch to engage a little bit better. Actually 2 or 3 shims in this kit, look. All right, it's back together, it's vacuumed down, it's charged. Time to do the little handy dandy turkey baster. It's not a turkey baster, thermometer, same thing.
Use your imagination, it can be anything.
All right, so one of the last things to do to this is to put it on the dyno and verify what the power is, just the way it sits. For you AP1 guys that like to see these cars go to 9,000 RPMs, you'll see that they actually start falling off at about 83. By 83, 84, they're done. Revving it to 9 isn't really doing anything except making a good video. So we'll put it on the dyno and show it. We'll just verify the power. It should do 195 to the wheels. How much power do you think this AP1 will make?
192.
Oh, I was 3 off. I said 195. How much power do you think this AP1's going to make? Bone stock AP1.
I'll go with 189.
189? You've never sat in an S2000? This is the POV right here. One of the first cars with a start button, by the way. Even though you got to turn the key on first, still one of the first cars with a start button. Rear view camera? Nope. Even though we're not dealing with a ton of horsepower here, Always like to have default straps, basically like a redundancy system, 2 sets of separate straps. So it's 93 degrees, which is actually cooler than what it's been recently. All joking aside, IP ones on our dyno, bone stock, do about 195, like old times in it. So basically we're gonna do a 4th gear run, start the car, make sure the e-brake is off. I'm gonna turn the brake off the dyno. You're gonna go into 4th gear, hold it at about 2,000, 2,500. When I give you the big thumbs up, hit the gas. At the end of the run, clutch down. She is gonna do a run. I will hit the button, then we'll record it, see what she's doing. Are you ready? All right, go. .202. Yeah. Wow. 202, 137. No, that's pretty healthy, isn't it? Wow. I made 10 horsepower more than you said it did. You could be a lucky dyno person.
You know what? Under promise and over deliver.
That's true. Steve used to tell me that all the time.
That's what you want.
That's pretty good. That's a healthy one. You don't do a backup run, now you're confident? Now you know what you're doing?
Yes.
Now you start doing the... You know what? When we'll put the Corvette on here, you're going to have to do that one. That one is an earth shaker. All right, let's do it again. All right, you ready? And go. See if it'll back up the run. Might have lost a couple of ponies. Let's see. On the money, 202. This is what I tried to explain to you guys earlier. Yeah, you can rev it to 9, but by 82, 83, it's done. It's falling off. Revving it to 9 is just making a noise and impressing the people in the car. That's a pretty fresh one, Esther. What do you think?
I think so.
Good job.
Yes.
So last time I drove this, it had no exhaust on it, so it's a pleasant drive now, nice and quiet. So the AP2 exhaust is pretty much the same, it just has slightly different hangers. So we put the AP2 hangers on this, and of course changed the tips, but it's not going to change the sound. Tip diameter is the same. I'm just going to run it up the street here and go put some fresh gas in it. So when we changed the pump, we drained all the gas and cleaned the gas tank and put like 1.5 gallons in it, I think. So as you see, I've only put like 4 miles on it since we did the clutch. But wow, this is so tight. We did the shifter rebuild, so the shifter feels nice and tight. I mean, the car's only got 43,000 miles, so the car feels tight and new, and it's nice and quiet. All right, we have some gas in it now. So let's take it to the end of our street. Let's get some pictures, and you can see what this thing looks like, but it feels so nice. Oh, I keep saying that, but it's just nice and quiet, smooth. I like the performance version of this car, but in stock form, they're so tight.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are, mysterious. That's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you
there's something about 100% stock one that just has all the right sounds. It's quiet, it rides squishy, it's got the big squishy tires on it, squishy suspension. It drives like a factory Honda. I know it sounds silly. We get so used to the modified ones. It's kind of a pleasant surprise. Interior is absolutely unbelievable. So I just spoke to a customer that dropped a car off. It'll be on another video. He just bought a 2002 with 80,000 miles, and it's got a list of things that we need to fix. He just paid 22 grand for it. So to give you an idea of what people are paying for these cars and need work, this one is ready to go. New roof, new clutch, all new fluids, new brakes, new radiator. All the maintenance is done. Everything that needs to be done is done. So I do have a few interested parties. I'm not going to post all this all over the internet because I don't want to turn it into a car sales channel. But if you're searching for one of these cars, hopefully I shared some of the things that you need to look for, maybe some of the things that you need to shy away from. But do your research, get an idea of what's out there, how much they cost, the prices, the miles. Basically put yourself a little spreadsheet together so you can educate yourself. And don't be afraid to go look at a bunch. Don't waste people's time, but just go look at some and get familiar with it. Get to see the telltale signs of things that you need to look for that don't have any inherent issues apart from lack of maintenance. I've said this so many times on the channel. The guy that goes 5, 6, 7,000 miles on an oil change, he's going to wear it out. He's going to wear out the valve guides. He's going to wear out the timing chain tensioner. It's very, very common lack of maintenance. So give me some feedback. What do you think this car is worth based on what we've done? It has 8 VINs. The only 2 VINs are missing were the bumper, which we showed you was cut open and terrible, and the left fender, driver's fender, had to be repainted completely. So we lost the VIN there. Other than that, all the VINs are there. And as we've shown you, there's no damage anywhere else. Everything's pretty much brand new and up to date. If you like what you see, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, click the bell, all of those things. That will let you know when we upload a video. Check out the LHT store at lhtperformance.com. There's more merchandise in there and parts for your S2000. And we will see you at the Tail of the Dragon Classic Hondas on the Dragon meet, October 7th and 8th. We are sponsoring that event. We will be there. We will be there in this car, which is a separate video. But in the meantime, as I always say at the end of the video, enjoy your cars.